Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for coming for our annual meeting. As introduction, I would like to a small talk about the introduction of our hotel. We began in 1971 with our first deluxe hotel in Singapore, and recently we have 82 hotels and resorts throughout Asia, North America, the Middle East, and Europe, and room inventory of over 34,000. We have 30 hotels under development in China, Ghana, Hong Kong, India, Indonesia, and many countries. So now I would like to tell about our Shangri-la Hotel in Kuala Lumpur. Our Shangri-La Hotel in Malaysia opened in 20 April 1985, and it's one of the best luxury hotel in list of 5-star hotel in Kuala Lumpur. Now I would like to ask you some questions about our hotel development this year. First of all, Miss Kathryn, as a sales and marketing manager, my question is, how are our brand expanding all over this time?
For the Shangri-La brand, we are expanding to mainland China, Ghana, Hong Kong, India, Italy, Mongolia, Myanmar, Philippines, Singapore, Qatar, Sri Lanka, United Kingdom, and Indonesia.
Ms. Lucy, as finance director, I have a question from you. Throughout the liquidity ratios, I'm more concerned about the current liabilities. You see, we have increasing current asset. And would you explain to me what are the short-term borrowing and for what activity or projects purpose?
Actually, the liability in terms of short term was mostly related to loans to associates. The loans to associates are studied net of allowance for impairment losses and share of post-acquisition results of an associated company, as you can see from the picture.
Miss Lucy, I have a question for you. The issue of associated companies is an old chestnut, and why are we still continue using it?
The reason why is because the rules are widely drawn and we could share the corporate tax limits with them. Furthermore, they could also bear the risk in case of winding up. So the solution here to reduce short-term loan can be adding on more associated company. So the risk also could be lower and the loan will be decreased a bit.
The next question is, compared to 2 years, I'm quite pleased to see that we could collect our credit faster. But let's look at ratio number 9. Our ability to pay off interest is declined. What are the reasons behind, Ms. Lucy?
Well, the bank actually increased the interest rate on a large scale for the 2 years, and the shareholders are entitled to high interest rate as well. All total up makes our ability to pay off becomes lower, even though we do have increased earnings in a large amount.
So probably we issue our debtor lesser for next year, and the relationship with the bank and the stock market needs to be improved.
We will make a schedule to deal with it.
The last question I have from you, Ms. Lucy. The last key ratio, which is price-earning ratio, we found that there is a risk that our investors are not willing to support us at the same before. Shall we find the reason together, probably from total liabilities aspect?
Okay, let's look at the liabilities in the balance sheet. There are 3 things I found were very significant. First one is the retirement benefits. So in my opinion, I think the HR should come out with a schedule that how to cut down the cost in terms of retiring. So the next one, the payables for our account basically is about the trades, the products we buy from the suppliers. 3 things I suggest. The first one is tighten the credit terms, so we can pay it faster. The second one is to make sure that we pay early payments. For example, we make a policy that once we order something, we pay maybe within 1 week. to the suppliers or other sister hotels. And the third one is to buy small quantity so that we can pay faster, but we buy it frequently, like maybe 1 week we buy 2 times rather than 1 week we buy 1 time as before. And the last one but not least is the short-term borrowing. We better to improve our service quality to generate more revenue instead of reliable to the banks or the shareholders. Another one, we could cut down other costs to reduce borrowings. For example, the operation costs and the sales marketing costs, something like that. How do you think?
Okay, so we will talk with the other departments to save the cost, and also we inform HR to come up with the policy in terms of retirement benefits. Thank you. Actually, one ratio has been left that we didn't talk about. I would like to add on something on it. It's inventory turnover ratio. As we can see from 2010 and 2011 has a differences of 2.14. So this may due to the decrease in average sales which show in 2011 operating profit despite the increase in COGS and increased demand of their product. As a conclusion of our meeting, I would like to conclude that from the investor's point of view, it's actually unfavorable for them to invest in Shangri-La Hotel this year. Thank you very much.